Welcome back to this lecture. Now we're going to have a look at organizing our production files for each section and for each lecture of our curriculum. There's obviously many different ways you can do this, but I'll show you one and you can obviously adapt it for whatever you feel like. Now I normally end up trying to create a production node, which I'll do now. So I just do production here. That out there, and I just have a quick look at the properties. I normally make the font a little bit smaller, and I won't make it a map, I'll make it a logic chart to the right, and out we go. And then I tab out, and I'll start with something like a script, and then filming, first edit, second edit, and final video. And what I can do is just highlight all of those, or I can either highlight them, or as I've shown before, you click on one, Control-Shift-A selects all the brothers or siblings, Alt-Enter, and I'll just change the shape and border from an underline to a parallelogram. And then it's quite nice just to give these a bit of a color, so I just do quite sort of pastel-y colors. There's one there. Filming can be maybe a light blue. First edit can be a color. Second edit, maybe a light purple. And final video needs to be a red, I think, of some sort. You can have a look at more colors up here, define colors even, go up to reds, and maybe a sort of pinky pastel-y red may be the one to do. Now for each lecture I can put in hyperlinks into each of these sections and then reference them. Now there's a couple of ways of doing this. So the first way could possibly be just keep it well out of the way, out to the right, and just link them up. So this welcome, I can put in a line, or I can use just Control-L, and I can just put it out here, and Alt-Enter, and we'll just make it a straight line, like that. There we go, and we can just move this up and down a little bit. And so the welcome one can have production out here. As you can see, it's just going to get very cluttered unless you've just got a few here. If I want to do another one, we're just going to have to put them at all different places. A slightly better option, if we just delete that, is to take this one, and the first thing to do is just duplicate it. So we've got a copy of it at any stage. In fact, we'll just take this one up to the right. That can be our template. And then we just pull this in and just bring it into, say, the welcome, and we do another one where we just duplicate it. So just click on and duplicate, and we drag this one down, put it against here, and you can see these are the productions. Just click on here. You can put a fast key on this one as well if you want. Drag it through onto mind mapping. Now you can see I can't quite actually link this in here until I get under between these two, because the structure of these maps is slightly different. So what I'm going to do is highlight this one, Control-Shift-A to select all the brothers, Alt-Enter to get properties, and put a logic chart to the right. And then all of these are now logic charts to the right. So it'll be a little bit easier when I duplicate this one, that when I get anywhere near it, I can just click it out and it pops out to the right there. And so you can see for each lecture we have script, filming, edit. Now obviously the course isn't complete for the moment, but I can just show you, for example, on the welcome screen I go Control-H and I look for a file. I'll make it relative, choose a file, and I'm just going to go into my resources, which is I've put it under quick access, if you can pin that on quick access. And I've got scripts, and which one were we doing? Introduction script, so that's the intro script, and OK. and I can just click on that and I open up my script for my intro, just like that. Okay, so at this stage, because I haven't got a lot of my videos ready, I'm just preparing them as we're going along. What I'm going to do, I've just got one that I can set up. I'll just duplicate this and bring it down to a little bit further down to the dashboard and to course titles. So let's put it in there. Alt Enter, let's take this structure out to the right. Logic chart. So the course title, I don't actually have a script for this. So my first filming is for the dashboard and the course titles. I'm just going to go Control H, do a file, relative, choose a file. I come into my area, Camtasia projects. If I go back to resources, Camtasia projects and recordings, course title. Here we go. So this is the actual recording, the TREC for Camtasia, so I can open that and OK it. Then my first edit was also in Camtasia, but under the project, so I can just Control H here, do File, Relative, choose File. This is not under recordings but under projects, and it's under the dashboard, and I can OK that. My second edit, sometimes I can get a little bit more functionality from Adobe Premiere Elements. So I've done that where I do a file, relative, choose file. I'm come back. You can see how important it is to set up all your directory structure in the first place. So I've got Premiere Elements projects. I've got dashboard titles. So I can just double click that, choose a file, and we can OK that. And I haven't produced a final video yet. But you can see here, if I just highlight this and I go View, Fit Selection, you can have a very good look at exactly what's going on here. So I've got my section, building the dashboard, course titles, production, script. I didn't need a script for this. I had a pretty good idea exactly what I was doing. If I come in here, I can click on here and create a Camtasia. This is my Camtasia filming, my first edit in Camtasia, and my second edit was in Adobe. So if I press on my second edit, hopefully, Premiere Elements 13, just loads project. Wait for a second, and here I am. So this is Adobe, my second edit, and from here I would make my final video through Publish and Share. So we just close this off. Now what I'll do is I'll continue with the course, and I'll end up creating all of the different parts of this. I'll go back to Control-Shift-M, which makes it, fills out the whole part, and Control-Shift-M, which fits the map. In fact, I just need the top bit, and I can fit this bit to the map. But you can see in the scripts, something like the teaser can also have its own script filming. Put that there. And under production, I do have a script for this, for the teaser. Well, it's not really produced yet, but I can go Control H, File, Relative, choose a file, and I can go back to resources and back to scripts and my teaser, OK it, and there's my teaser hyperlink, which I can put in there, and there's my teaser. Not quite complete yet, but we're just building it as we're going along, which is fantastic. One other thing you can do, which is quite useful, is just to go straight to your directory structure. Sometimes you can just put in a floating topic, and you can just put in resources, and you can Control H, and you can file. This time I'm going to choose relative and choose a folder, resources, this one here, and I can just open that up. So at any stage, if I want to just look at my resources folder, I can just click on here and it'll just open it up in Explorer, and here we are. So a nice easy way, this is really what the whole dashboard is about, nice easy way just to have a look at. I'm going to work on my welcome script. I just click on there, open it up. I know exactly where it is, and there it is, and I can work on it. I'll see you in the next lecture.